Well, good morning, sisters and brothers.
Morning.
You know, this is not a new conversation we're having in this city. Because for the first 45 years of transit in Toronto, it was run privately. It was a company called the Toronto Street Railway Company that gouged consumers, treated workers like shit, and had terrible service for the people of Toronto. Guess what? The labor movement led a referendum in 1920 demanding that transit become a public service for all, and we won that referendum, and we created an award-winning transit system that served people for year after year, that moved 1.5 million people. Until this government started thinking about things differently. You know, almost 20 years ago, in York Region, north of Steeles Avenue, Bill Fish, who was the Conservative chair of York Region, decided he was going to try an experiment. He was going to introduce private transit in Ontario, he had never done before. And he had the support, of course, of Mike Harris to do that. And we opposed him, and we said this was going to cost more and deliver less, but he was able to ram that through. And sure enough, within a few years, there wasn't local transit companies providing it. It was multinational companies that come in that were taking over those transit systems, that were paying hard-working transit workers $7, $8, $9 an hour less for doing exactly the same job, and providing terrible service to the people of York Region. We had a fight with Metrolinx when it was first formed. And David Miller and Adam Chambroni, who were Mayor of Toronto and the chair of the TTC, and other municipal leaders, said to Metrolinx, we do not want you going down a P3 route. We do not want privatization a part of the future of the transit. And you know what the Liberals did to them? They took them off the Metrolinx board so they can pull them full of people who will move a privatization agenda. You know, it's worthwhile knowing our history, because this stuff that's happening isn't by accident. It's because there is incredible money to be made out of commercializing every human interaction, whether it's what we do when we go to work, when we turn on our mobile phones, or whether we look at healthcare or education or transportation. Wall Street and Bay Street want to commercialize everything they get their hands on, and now they have their sights on transit in Ontario. I'm so glad that ATU is leading the fight to keep transit public.
Keep transit public! Keep transit public!
Sisters and brothers,
Keep transit public!
Sisters and brothers, we have the support of the Labour Council, over 200,000 women and men in every sector of the economy, part of this campaign, supporting this campaign, going after the provincial government and saying, as we have for years and years, not only want to keep the system in public hands, we want to make sure that the operating support that was traditionally there through all parties in government, that 50% of the operating subsidy for local transit was provided by the province, that's get reinstored so we can run the system well, so we can provide transit to every commuter that wants it all across the Toronto, all across the GTA, all across Ontario. Solidarity forever.